Hello, welcome to Scarf and Shadow. I'm your host Scarfman, and you have clicked on the first episode of Clix Bait. And that's Clix with an X, for those that couldn't read. Now, in this show, we'll be reviewing Heroclix. They're figurines like these. They have dials on them, which you can turn to change the stats, which is hard to do with one hand, but see, they click when you turn them. That's how you know they're working. Now, they're usually of superheroes, of such like DC's Nightwing here, or Marvel has lots of series in it. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit had a series, and currently Yu-Gi-Oh! Has one, which I wasn't expecting to show up, actually. I thought that was a joke when they announced it, but let's get on with it. I'm going to be reviewing 4 figures, one from the 4 series that I just mentioned, just show as a kickoff for some of my favorite figures from each series. Well, main line, actually. Well then, let's get into it. Okay, let us begin with Captain Thunder. Now, this is a DC figure. He is the Flashpoint version of Captain Marvel. Come on there, focus. Now, he has a rather cool appearance with this, flying while holding onto a lightning bolt. He's a rather powerful character, and I'm only allowed to have one of him on the field on my team. Now, let's look at his card. Let's see. It starts out with a tawny bystander with him, and he has some decent powers on him. He has nice hypersonic speed. He does at some point change into 6 children, although he stays on 1 dial. That's interesting. Charge. He has super strength, and he can burst through crowds with a quake. Cuts all damage in half at first, but then could just shrug off everything. And, yeah, when he's in his weakened form as the 6 children, he can somewhat avoid damage. Or he can just destroy things and take damage at the end. Overall, I feel like he's a nice figure. Decent stats. Of course, he does cost quite a bit. That's 225 and 125, so a 100-point difference. Too strong for any 100-point match, but he'll be a decent addition to any match above 200 points. Now let us move on. This is Hercules, the Marvel Hercules. Don't know if DC has one or not. But you can see he's not as impressive in his sculpt. This one's actually from the Civil War Op Kit series from Marvel. Now he, of course, has his super strength. And he can destroy objects if he goes by them, according to his card. Now, decent. He's more of a hands-on person like Captain Thunder. And according to this, he was with Captain America. Yes, he was anti-registration, so he was with Captain America during the actual comic storyline. Overall, he's a decent figure. He's only 90 points, so if in a 100-point match, he would be a threat to deal with. Although I've seen people that are a bit closer to the line that are even more damaging. Now, we might as well go head on over to the Lord of the Rings. Yes! Lord of the Rings. And here we have Gandalf the White, with a nice sword, which keeps on getting bent out of shape. I'm going to have to fix that somehow. That's a bit better. But he, of course, is a wizard. The wizard that we all know and love, besides Dumbledore. However, Dumbledore doesn't have a figurine, does he? Yeah, that's right. Now, he's a decent character. Now, as a Lord of the Rings character, he actually gets a unique thing that he can allows him to use an epic action. And what is it again? Okay, he's able to add a token to an enemy and remove tokens from his allies. And the board is set, the pieces are moving, depends on if I play him at one point or another. Let's see, Shadowfax, so he can actually stop taking damage for a thing. That improves his ability. White Wizard allows him to use any of his damage abilities, which are the POW symbol on him. Otherwise than that, he has a nice variety of abilities. Super senses, defending others, able to shrug off half damage, and able to heal himself to a point. That's pretty good, I say. Now, of course, it's a bit difficult to click them with only one hand. No, he has a rather loose style, it seems. Still clicks, though. He has a range of 7, and he's actually very well fitted for a mix of close combat and ranged combat, seeing how his abilities don't focus on either one. Yeah, is that correct? Yes, he doesn't have an ability which focuses on either one. He just has an all-around ability set. There's Gandalf the White. And of course, one can't leave a single wizard alone. Let's head off into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series and start with the Time Wizard. Yes, the Time Wizard. Silly looking bugger, isn't he? However, he's very useful in certain situations. He has an ability on him called Time Magic. It's actually his star ability, which allows you to either reduce the defense of your opponent by 2 or reduce the defense of your entire team by 2. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Other than that, he's a decent fighter. No other special abilities. Although he is a rare character, what do you know? But what makes him very special, in my opinion, is still the Time Magic. And he can also be fused with another figure, the baby dragon, if I remember correctly, to make the 1,000 dragon. Or is it 1,000-year dragon? I don't know. I've never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh, so I just look at them sometimes. Yes, and there you have it. Four figures. One from each of the main series. Well, the main series that I know are going on still. Well, Lord of the Rings might be dying off since The Hobbit came out with its last movie. Well, Now, in the future, I will be doing sets of figures, not from the entire series, but ones that complement each other. Mostly it'll end up being DC since I have a lot of those. However, there are going to be times where I just point out other things for any entertainment value. Where was I? Oh yes. Now, if you enjoyed this, please leave a like and please comment. Feel free to ask me about any figures. And I'll see if I can find them and put them on an episode. This is Scarf and Shadow, signing off.